Over the last year or so, I think it's safe to assume we all spent more time streaming than ever before. I know I did. But the question today is how much we all spent on all this streaming. Well, we at Reviews.org surveyed over 300,000 people, segmented out by state, and asked them to list every streaming service they're subscribed to. Then, based on the cost of those streaming services, we get an average amount people are spending across the US to stream. So, how does your state stack up? How do you stack up? Well, let's find out. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. Now, in this video, we're going to go through a few highlights of this study that we did, but you can head to the description below and click on the link to check out the full list, state by state, of how people spent their streaming money. The average amount spent on streaming across the entire country is $48.23 per month. For reference, that's less than half the average cable bill, which comes in at just over $100 a month. But 54% of Americans are still paying for cable. And according to our survey, those cable subscribers are still paying the same amount for streaming as cord cutters are. But we are getting a little sidetracked here. When it comes to streaming, who were the big spenders? Well, according to our findings, the highest spending state is actually not a state. Washington, D.C. topped the list here at $52.59 a month on average per person, with Maryland, unsurprisingly, not far behind. Rounding out the top 5 are Georgia, Nevada, and Colorado, with Washington, New Jersey, Arizona, Texas, and Illinois not far behind. So let's take that $52 a month number. What can you get for that? Well, turns out a lot. For $52 a month, you could get Netflix, HBO Max, the Hulu, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus bundle, Discovery Plus, and Apple TV Plus. That's a whole lot of entertainment. Not bad for about half your cable bill. But how much are the lowest spending states putting into their streaming bills? Well, the absolute lowest here is New Mexico, coming in at $39.58, about $13 a month behind Washington, D.C. So basically just cut out one of those more expensive options from the previous list, and that's about where we're at. Rounding out the lowest spending states, we've got Alaska, Hawaii, South Dakota, West Virginia, Alabama, Iowa, Vermont, Arkansas, and Florida. So while streaming truly is a nationwide phenomenon, it is notable that our lower spending states also tend to have a lower population density and less access per capita to the blindingly fast internet speeds of the big metro areas represented in many of the top 10 states. Faster internet equals easier streaming? Maybe. That's my guess. Now, if you want to see the full chart, including where your state came in, then check out the link in the description below. And let me know in the comments where you come in. Are you a big spender here, or does cord cutting mean getting rid of as much of that monthly bill as possible? I myself come in pretty high, but hey, reviewing streaming services is my job, so maybe I'm not the best example here. By the way, if you want to stay up to date on which streaming services are actually worth that monthly subscription, or you want to be in the know about some free alternatives, then make sure you are subscribed to this channel and check in frequently with us at Reviews.org. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.